Now we're going to explore a new Xcode project. So let's assume that you have everything installed on your computer and you've gone down here to click on the icon Xcode and you're ready to create a new project. Well, when you click on the Xcode icon, this window will pop up. It says welcome to Xcode. It says create a new project, clone an existing project. So that's if you had a previous project and you wanted to clone it and work at a point in time to see if you wanted to develop it further in direction A versus direction B. And then this is to open up a previous file. We're just going to go ahead and choose to create a new project. Just keep it simple. Okay. And you'll notice when you click on that particular button, you have some choices. Notice this window right here. There's multi-platform. It says iOS, Mac OS, Watch OS. These are all special platforms and widgets and so forth that you can add to your program. We're just going to choose a simple, nothing simple in iOS, but we're going to choose a simple program. And you'll notice that when you choose the iOS, you can create an app, document app, a game. There's templates here that can get you started pretty quickly. Since the first thing we're going to discover in our particular program is Swift Playgrounds, we're just going to choose Swift Playgrounds. So make sure you choose that. Click Next. App name, we're just going to call this, since we're building out so many of these applications, I'm going to use the date. So you can really call it whatever you want to, but probably at the beginning it might be easier just to use the date. So I'm going to choose October 19th, and I'll just say playground. Okay, and it's for my personal team. You can use this drop down and choose others. Yours is going to come up as your personal team. I use the code identifier as Ventura College Code class, just so it looks like it builds this file called Ventura College Code class dot name of the file. Okay, and then it adds other extensions. Okay, click Next. And it says, where do you want to save it? I'm saving it in a test folder. That makes sense. If you needed to create a new folder, create a new folder. Okay, and it's loading, and it's building all this entire code out. And I want you to see the interface that we have here. So I'm going to make this a little bit larger. So on the left side, you have your playground view. This is the global view. You can look at the content view, and you can also look at My App. Okay, so My App would have your import Swift UI, your content app. They're both importing that content. The structure is a content view. The My App, the structure is a My App. Okay. With all that being said, you also have, if you click on the playground here on the left, you have different characteristics or properties you could change. We're not going to change any of these at the beginning, and we'll go through when would be a good time to change those. Okay, and then up here at the top you have these additional buttons. So these buttons that you have at the top can get complex as you go through them. The one that I want you to be aware of up here on this menu bar is just the second one for right now. If I click on the Show the Symbol Navigator, I get my app broken into the code, and what it shows me here is the app preview, okay, which is pretty important when you're trying to develop this. You can see the code in this window, and then you can see the preview of what you see on your phone here. So for example, if I go into content and I change Hello World to, let's just call this Good Morning, Mr. Moore. Or I guess Good Morning, Mr. Matt. Good morning, Matt. Yes, okay. That would show you, you can see how it's showing up on the right side. So notice it changes over here. Okay, so I changed the icon, the system icon name to map. So what I did is I went, it said globe previously. You can see the globe, and I changed this to map. There are literally hundreds of words you can change these to, and we'll show you that library a little bit later on. But basically, I've got the good morning message changed and the map changed. I've shown you how you can create a simple app, how you can put the code get started, and you can intuitively, well, you can figure it out with some guidance that makes sense how you would logically change these particular items. So welcome to Xcode. I'm excited that you're here. This was just simply to test out this particular environment. Let's see what you can come up with. Thank you.